Alright, so just going to do a quick, I've been asked a couple times about this. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to synchronize audio and video in Premiere Pro. We have 3 different video clips from 3 different sources and a recorded audio track. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay in the audio track, and then we're going to synchronize the other 2 pieces of video to that audio, muting the audio from them individually. And then we'll go through and we'll make sure they're all aligned, and then we'll go through switching back and forth between the different cameras throughout the video itself using opacity. So we'll get started here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to drag in our video clips. I've got 3 different ones here from 3 different sources, and let's get these put in here. 2 different GoPro views and then a static Canon view. We'll get all 3 of these imported, and then we will add the audio track. Alright, so we've got all 3. First thing we're going to do is take our audio track and drop it into level 3 here. Go ahead and choose that. Keep snap on. Let's widen that out a little bit. Drop that down. Alright, so it's still on the bottom right hand corner here. You can see it's still conforming. It's going to basically pull in the full waveform, analyze it. We're going to use that waveform to our advantage whenever we go to try and synchronize all these up, because each of the individual camera views have audio on them as well. So that gives us the ability to, really dive in here, find like our first beat of audio here or something like that, and then find the first beat of audio on the other 2 cameras as well and synchronize them all together. Now you wonder why you have those, in the movies they have the white and black shutters that they close real quick. That creates a little snap on all of the audio devices to be able to synchronize all 3 of them up, or all of them up at the same time, so that the audio is synchronized with the video. So that's kind of what we're going to do here. Usually, you get out there and you can just clap really quick or something like that. That gives you the ability to do that. But since the audio track that I have is only 1 song, and these videos are multiple songs from a band show, it's going to be a little more difficult to get all of them together, because I'm going to have to cut the video ones down. So let's take a listen here real quick, see where we're at with the audio here. It's a little hot, actually. Okay, so we know we have the audio there. So let's go ahead back here. Alright, let's take a look at our first clip here. This is going to be a clip of the drummer. This is going to be an easier one to do because we can see his sticks. So we're going to mute the audio from the audio track that we're going to use in the end, and we're just going to listen to this this video up here. So if I'm not mistaken, this song is a little farther in here. Like I said, there's a bunch of songs here, so let's see. Okay, there it is. So we know we can cut off all this here, and you can see in the waveform down here where that song starts. You can see the individual songs there. So let's go ahead and cut that down. Let's bring that back over here. Let's zoom in a little bit, see if we can get a little better isolated here. I believe obviously it's going to start right there, and that should, this point right here on my mouse, that should line up with down there. So that's what we're going to do first. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and cut this down a little bit more. So we get right down there, zoom in a little bit, trim it a little more, just so we have it right there with it. Drag this over this way. Alright, so let's go ahead and make these a little bit bigger here. Yeah, I don't really need the video to be louder. Audio, I do. Mouse to cooperate. Alright, so Well, obviously we can see there the waveforms. Let me just roughly line this up here. They pretty well coincide. Obviously some differences, seeing as the audio down below here, the actual wave file is a processed audio file, and this is just raw off the camera. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and zoom in pretty close actually to this first waveform, and honestly I just kind of drug it there initially and I got it really darn close. As we can see there, the first beat here lines up pretty well, trails off the same. The second here is really close as well. Okay, so what we'll do just initially here is obviously we're going to mute this, unmute the recorded audio, the professional audio, and let's take a listen here. We'll wait till the drummer comes in here and we'll be able to see for sure it's synced. Yeah, we can see on his hi-hat there that this is pretty well synced. Yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so what we know that's synced. So that's easy. Let's cut off the tail of this song here. We don't need that. We'll get back to editing it later. I'm not going to go into fading out, fading in, etc. with this video. Just want to get the basics of syncing it up. So since there was some, get rid of some of the dead silence at the beginning of this one, and since it's on snap, it should snap right to the beginning of that. Select both, drag this back both to the very beginning, so should start right away. Okay, we'll fade it in obviously with the video and stuff. So, all right, looks good. So that's our first clip. We got a few more of these to do. So what we'll do is we'll take the second video clip, put it in, and get rid of the visibility of the first one, expand this, and drag in the same clip and get rid of that. Okay, here's the second view, and we'll expand this as well. And once again, we'll see we have multiple songs. I have to check this real quick. I'll go ahead and mute everything except for that. Okay, there it is. So it's the kind of the third one in there. So we'll go ahead and drag this, just get it rough, cut down to that song. There we go. Drag her back over here. Do we have it? All right. Zoom in a little bit over here. Okay. So take a listen again. So we're at. Okay. So about there's the beginning. Whoops, wrong one. There we go, we're on audio 2. Gotta keep myself straight here. So I see where obviously it starts there. So we'll do that, we'll expand it out a little bit. Alright, so we have it expanded. Like I said, I'm not real concerned about the video as much as the audio we're trying to line up here. So, okay. Alright. Zoom in here. So we're syncing audio. So we know audio 1 and audio 3 are the same. So we want to sync audio 2 to both of those as well. So, oh, we're pretty close there. Just bump it here to the. Maybe snap off here. That may choose to be a little difficult. Let's bump it over. Maybe fine enough, I may not be able to get it super accurate. That's pretty close. Let me see where that's at. Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, like I said, it's within about a millisecond or so. Yeah, you're not going to be able to tell. So, okay, we'll go with that. That's pretty good there. So there's 2 out of 3. and I need to find my third video clip here, and we'll get that one put in as well. One second, I need to grab it. I thought I had it in there, but I ended up putting the same clip in there twice. I didn't catch myself there. Here we go. Alright, let's get the third one in there, which will be the external Canon camera. Here we go. Drag it over in here, just import it in. Alright, so once again, this is going to go to video 3. Well, first thing I think we need to do is add another audio and video track. Since I used audio 3 for the static audio, go ahead and just kind of drag this guy down to audio 4, and we'll just ensure it's still synced here by viewing video 2 with the drummer. Okay, looks good still. Okay, so it is still synced. I didn't move it left or right was what I was trying to do there. So this allows me to drag in something into video 3 and audio 3, and then still have the other 2. So that's what we'll do. Put this in video 3, and it's going to give us audio on audio 3. Okay, so first thing I notice here is the resolution on that third camera is not the same as the other, so we're going to scale that up real quick. Not the best quality doing that, but for the sake of this video, it should be good. So we'll scale to frame size. There we go. So scaled up. Alright, so once again, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to take a look at our audio 3 and our static audio down here on 4 and see where we're at. Mute the other ones here. Mute all of them but that. Okay, so first thing I noticed that the audio on this here, the third one here, it missed the initial of it. It starts about halfway through his little intro there. So what I'm going to have to do is find another point to sync this up with. I'm not sure what that point's going to be yet. I'll have to find one in here. That first hit, I think, that we see, where my cursor's at, it's probably going to be a good one. And I'll listen for that down here too, and then we'll find those 2 points and make them the same. So that looks like that point's going to be over here a little bit. So right in there, yeah. Sorry, that was kind of confusing listening to both of those, but so. Alright. So we'll make this audio 4 a little bigger so we can see that waveform just a touch better. So we're going to be moving this one. So slide this over a little bit. And go find that point. I'm going to listen here. So there is that snare hit. So let's see where we can get this. Okay, now we see I got it really close here, so we can see we have a point here, a point here. Those all look to be very close to the same, so we'll zoom in a little bit and get this a little better lined up. Okay, so we can see specifically that hit right here. So scoot this just a touch over, see if I can get it in the middle there. It may not let me get it. That's still within a millisecond there, so I think we should be okay. And it's not gonna, obviously this is not a vital application of making sure they're perfectly synced, but you know, when you're watching it, it would like it to look decent, you know. So okay, so now we basically have all 3 synced up here. Notice we don't have a little bit of that video at the beginning of this, but that's okay. We'll just use one of the other 2 cameras to basically intro the video out, and then we can switch to that camera later. So we'll come back here. The only visible one right now is going to be the one I just added, the external camera. So obviously there's no video here. It picks up. Let's watch to see if it's synced, okay? Looks to be okay. Give a video operator a hard time there. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Hoping to see doing my arms there. There we go. Okay, so we can see it's pretty good there. All right. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to go through and set the opacity of each of these to kind of switch between the cameras and so forth like that. I won't bore everybody with this, so I'll speed it way up, and then we'll take a look at it as a final go through when we get done, and then we'll have us a little video here, multi-camera view video, all of it all synchronized up. Alright, so that's basically it. I didn't do the opacity like I had mentioned I was going to do, which that's kind of dumb. But what I did was I used the razor tool, cut each individual section, and then obviously the layers, it works in an operational layer and it's from top to bottom. So the topmost layer that's active is going to be the one shown, such as right here. That's on the top, second layer, third layer, and obviously the bottom two layers are hidden, or anything below the top layer is going to be hidden as I work my way down through. So like right here I have all three clips active, however the top one is active as well, so that's obviously going to take precedence and it's going to cover the bottom two, so it's not a big deal. But if I want the bottom one visible, I have to remove a section for the upper two. And I'm not too worried about, like, see all the audio chopped up down here. We're not using any of that audio, we're only using the audio from the pre-recorded track, so it's not a big deal. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I can leave, like I did down here, I could basically leave this bottom video completely solid throughout the whole way. I was just cutting it up there just to kind of work my way through and get some, I'll clean it up here just so I know what's going on where. It's like here, I'll go ahead and I want the top one active, so in theory I can just move this over here. I can basically get rid of this section. Now right here I can do the same thing. The top one I want active, so I can put that over there, that active, to get rid of this. I think there's a little gap there, so I'll leave that one. Same thing here. Whoa, don't do that. Just cut it up here a little bit. Let's see if it'll let me get a hold of it there. Here we go. Top one's active, so I can move this one over. I can move this one over clear to right here. And I didn't chop the rest of the bottom one up, so I won't worry about that. But this one here is being completely covered by this top section. So I could just leave that, but I may cut this back just a touch, just so it hits that coming down through. So I'd have this come across, second camera, and hit the third camera here. Goes into that section, and then back up to the other two cameras, and so forth, and continue on for the rest of the video. So we'll have that right there. We'll work with that. Okay. At the end, I did put a dissolve to black right at the end on both those clips. What I should do is just back this one up a little bit. I don't have to worry about it because then the top one obviously covers that. So no matter what happens there, it'll fade to black based on the top clip. Same with the beginning. Just did a fade in on both of those. And that's pretty much it. We're going to save that. We'll export it, and that'll be my video. We'll upload on YouTube. I might see if I can get a hold of the band's logo, overlay that in the corner. That's just a simple overlay, so that'll be easy. But that's pretty much how we get the audio and video all synced up, and then chop up the video a little bit to get the multi-camera views. I'm not doing any fading in between them. I could put transitional fades and stuff like that between all these, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna let the snap. I kind of like the snap anyway between the cameras and stuff. So that's it. Appreciate you watching. If you have any questions,